I am going to make my son's birthday cake, and I remember sharing with you guys the cake I made for my daughter's birthday a few months ago, and I thought I'm going to make a chocolate drip cake, and it's simple vanilla sponges sandwiched with delicious chocolate, Italian meringue buttercream. There's no fondant icing inside. It's simple, but it is spectacular. So join me in the kitchen while I bake the cake. I'm going to start with the sponge, and I've got 10-inch round cake tin here. I'm going to grease and line this, but I'm going to start with the sponge. So I've got 350 grams of caster sugar. Really easy to remember. I've got 350 grams of unsalted softened butter. It's been out of the fridge since last night, and I've got 350 grams of self-raising flour. To this, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Actually, sorry, 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. And I'm going to throw in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You can add whatever flavor you want, but this is going to be a vanilla sponge. So I'm adding vanilla paste. Crack in 6 large eggs in here. I have got to master this. Breaking the eggs with one hand very soon. And quite important, which I think helps in getting the sponge really light and fluffy, is some milk. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of, almost 3 tablespoons of whole milk. And now I'm going to whisk this for at least 2 to 3 minutes because it's a massive cake. So whisk this for 3 minutes, and the mixture is absolutely stunning. It's light, it's fluffy, and now it's going to go into the greased and lined tin. So I'm trying to make a really big cake that can feed around 20, maybe 30 people. But I want a bit of height as well, which is why I'm going to make 2 of these 10-inch vanilla cakes. This is going to go in a preheated oven at 180°C for 1 hour 15 minutes, and I'll keep a close eye on this. 400 ml of double cream, which I have just about brought to a boil, and I'm going to pour this over 200 grams of dark chocolate. Here I'm making the Italian meringue buttercream, and I've just added all the sugar syrup to the egg whites, and I'm going to whisk this for 10-15 minutes. For the full recipe, you can find it on the channel. The meringue is looking lovely. It's been 10 minutes, it's been whisking. The bowl is cooled down, which means I can now add the butter. The Italian meringue buttercream is ready. It's beautiful, silky and smooth. Now to add a bit more flavor, I'm going to add a heaped teaspoon of Nutella. And I'm going to just to add some flavor. You can add any sort of flavor you like, because the cake is going to be covered in chocolate. That's what I want. Now here I have got everything ready. I have got my cakes, 2 10-inch vanilla sponge. I've got some sugar syrup, just equal amounts of sugar and water. So I've got 200 grams of sugar and 200 grams of water. I'll brush them with and then I've got Italian meringue buttercream with a touch of Nutella and my chocolate ganache, and I'm now going to assemble it all. Just going to do a little brush of the sugar syrup. Now this is going to keep my cake moist, and also the icing will get stuck to it, so it'll, when I slice the cake, it'll all be one compact slice. Now I'm going to pop this in the fridge for 10 minutes only. So the cake is back out, and now I've put the ganache in a piping bag, and I'm just going to swirl some of it on top of this cake. Just a gentle spread, and then we are ready for the next layer. So I'm going to put this layer upside down so that I can put some sugar syrup on this. That is looking fantastic. Now this is going to go in the fridge again for 10 minutes. And before I continue with the icing, it's looking pretty straight, and I'm just going to put these skewers in so that when I ice it, it doesn't move. It's stable. So I'll get it till here. So now the cake will be really stable, which is very important. Now I'm going to continue with filling the gaps. And now whatever icing I have left, I'm just going to do a super thin outer layer on the cake. That's all the icing gone. I absolutely love the look of the cake right now. I think it is fantastic, and I would just, sprinkle something and serve it. But today the theme is a bit different, and I am going to just even it out. Now this is going to go in the fridge for at least half an hour to 1 hour to set well.
On you. Whoa. That's your job. Happy birthday. How much? Lighting the candles. How much lighting? That's 2 cups.